Hello, Vanakkam and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Raga. As Valentine's Day is approaching, many of you might be thinking about how to impress your beloved ones. If you're looking for a unique handmade love card, then you have come to the right place. If you haven't watched any of my previous interactive card videos, I'll link to a playlist that appears on the top right. Here I come up with an interesting love-themed interactive card which perfectly falls into the wedding anniversary category as well. This time I didn't use any stamps or dies, rather I used my own hand-drawn images. I sketched these adorable hedgehogs and the toadstool in my iPad using Procreate Pro, and I have printed them on a white cardstock. I have enclosed these images on my blog post and linked it up in the description box below in case if you are interested to use them. Coming back to my card, I have created a cute proposal scene where the male hedgehog is opening up his heart to his love with a saying that "You take up so much room in my heart." On hearing to his lovely words, she is blushing and shy. And the most fun part is that this toadstool blooms into a beautiful honeycomb umbrella for these cuties. This seems to be interesting, isn't it? Their love journey begins there. Sorry if this is too dramatic, so without further ado, let's have a quick look at the supplies required to make this card. We need 4 A4 size baby pink paper, a piece of cold pressed watercolor cardstock of dimension 4 3/4 by 5 3/4 inches, a top folding white card base of the same dimension, printouts of the hand-drawn images and the sentiment. I have printed out the enlarged version of Toadstool as well, an acetate sheet and a size 2 round brush for watercoloring the images, a few mini distress inks of colors, one lipstick, candied apple, mermaid lagoon and vintage photo. Also some distress oxides of colors, ground espresso, tea dye, mauve lawn and tumbled glass. Let's start by coloring the toadstool. I'm starting by smooshing down the candied apple ink pad onto an acetate sheet and applying it onto the lower portion of the cap where I want my image to look darker. Then I'm mixing up the spiced marmalade and the candied apple to give it a saturated look. Basically, it's a mix-up of red and orange colors. To achieve the right depth quickly, always try to use 3 shades of color: the darker shade, the mid-tone and the lighter shade. Also, it's always good to preserve some white space for highlights. When it comes to watercoloring, layering the colors with a good amount of drying time in between makes your image shine. That's why the technique is called glazing. Here I'm shadowing the white spots on the cap using vintage brown. Next, for the gills, I'm applying 2 different shades of brown to the center portion and pulling out the colors by leaving the rim simply as white for highlights. Then for the stem, I'm using the same shades of brown as you can see on the screen. Here is the final look. Lastly, once again, I'm repeating the same shades of brown for these hedgehogs, leaving the outer edges and the chest areas white for highlights. If you want to achieve a smooth blending of colors, try wet on wet technique, which means you have to water wash the specified area before applying the colors. Just play around with the techniques depending on your requirements. I'm shadowing the nose and the belly areas, and I use burnt lipstick to give her a nice blush. That's it. My coloring is done with some added details using a micron pen and a white jelly roll pen to enhance the white spikes of the hedgehogs. Next up is preparing our background panel, where I am using the smooshing technique to get the sky and the grassy ground. Oh man, these distress inks are worth the investment and they are so amazing. Once you start using these inks, there will be no looking back. If you're a beginner, I would highly recommend you to try it first with primary or just rainbow colors. Then slowly you can build up your stash. If you don't own these inks, don't worry, just remember, you can always create wonders with the supplies that you have already. Now this is done, let's keep it aside for drying. Meanwhile, we can prepare the interactive element. Here I am using these baby pink papers from my stash of 60 GSM thickness, and they are just like printer papers. Do fold it 1/4 and cut them into 4 equal parts. Repeat the process for the rest of the 3 papers so that you will be having 16 such pieces. Now take one piece and fold it 1/4. Then unfold it again. Thereby we have 7 crease lines. Next, mark up the crease lines alternatively using a pencil and apply glue following up the pencil marked crease lines and stick it just like this. Repeat this process for all the 16 pieces. For making this honeycomb umbrella, tissue paper, otherwise called kite paper, would be a perfect choice as they are wafer thin and won't look bulge on your card. You can easily get those papers of your color choice from any local stationery stores. Now I am dividing these 16 pieces into 2 equal groups of 8 pieces each. In that way, it will be easy for me to fussy cut them. Now I am stacking them up one by one. If you notice, this time I am applying glue on the leftover crease lines. I have marked it up with a pencil for your better understanding. Now I am applying glue following up the pencil markings and stacking them up one by one. Now we have these 2 pieces. Then I am tracing out only the half part of the cap using a pencil and I'm going to fussy cut them. Joining both the pieces together to form one final set and adhere it to the back of the cap. You can try this technique in any shape of your desired choice. I'm trimming off the stem for easy turning. I'm scoring the cap in the middle and adhere the interactive element to the back of the cap. Finally, I am arranging up all the elements onto the watercolor panel and mounting the same using double-sided foam tape. I have some leftover pieces of fern leaves from my last project and I'm using it behind the sentiment for added interest and depth, covering up the bottom end of the stem. I'm adhering this front panel to the top folding white card base. Voila! A beautiful Valentine card is ready. Hope you all enjoyed watching my video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to click on the notification symbol so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. If you have any queries or doubts, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be so happy to help you. Thank you so much for stopping by. See you soon with another fun project. Until then, signing off, Raga. Bye-bye.